everyone, and welcome to episode 23 of MusesRISE. This is day 23 of my SSSVEDA. I'm about 5 days behind from anybody who started on the first day of August, but we're almost at the end of the month, and so we're almost at the end of doing this once every day. Today I want to touch on something that's pretty prominent in the world, but for me, it's something fairly new as far as having to experience it firsthand. For the past couple years, I've been battling depression and anxiety, and it's definitely a very difficult thing to have to deal with, and I definitely understand how people can get so lost in the world, even though they may be surrounded by so many positive things. I know it's not anything that is essentially... It's not my fault. I know it's not anything that anybody around me necessarily did. There is a chemical side to it, a biological side to it, and I know that it's something that can be treated, and I am going through treatment for it and everything, but it's still something that can be affected by outside sources. It's definitely something to keep in mind when it comes down to your interactions on a daily basis. You don't know what anyone is going through. You don't know if anyone is struggling with anything like this. And just one little negative comment or any kind of negative interaction can really have a pretty big impact on somebody who might be struggling with something like this, or anybody for that matter. So, as I've been saying last episode, as well as other episodes, it's really important to keep that in mind, that you don't know everyone's story, that it is important to just try and keep that positive outlook and positive aura about yourself so that anybody that you do have an interaction with doesn't get brought down further and rather can either stay the same or be brought back up. To briefly touch on another one of my personal muses and kind of relate this back to what I'm going through right now. Walt Disney is a huge idol for me and a huge muse for me. He just was such an incredible guy. I know there's plenty of things out there where people are saying that he isn't quite the incredible man that he's portrayed as, but the bulk of what I know of him is that he was an incredible man. I'm not saying he was perfect, nobody is, but there are a lot of very admirable things that I look up to him for. He wasn't afraid to go to somebody when he needed some advice or needed some help, but at the same time, he didn't always just automatically take the advice. He would consider it, he would process it, and then kind of still do what he felt was the best thing. And he has plenty of incredible and inspiring quotes out there, but one of my favorites is just this right here. All dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. And it's just an incredible thought to think of and to really help you feel better about what you want to do and how you plan on doing anything. Lately, one of the side effects of my depression is definitely not having a lot of self-confidence at times and falling into that spiral of negativity and not feeling that great about myself. But I do have some great things that just are coming to light right now, and I really want to try and focus on that. And so I think about these kind of quotes, as well as, while it's not necessarily something that came directly from Walt's mouth, there is a phrase that I do look to whenever I'm trying to think of something more positive and trying to keep myself more positive, as well as I sing the song to my son. I have been for years, and it's just a great message. And it's from the attraction Carousel of Progress, and the song is There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. It's somewhat along the same lines of what my friend Doug in his vlog recently, he had mentioned clean slate. Basically, he goes to bed at night, thinks about a clean slate, just kind of lets it all go, wakes up in the morning refreshed, and it's a new day. Essentially, this is the same kind of thing. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away. While you may not feel the best right now, just remind yourself that there's always going to be a new tomorrow for you, that it's a new day, it's a new start, and you can wake up in the morning and either decide to continue on the negativity from the past day, or you can continue on and look for all the great things that are coming your way that day and the great opportunities. And so try to keep that in mind, that just because you've had one bad interaction or because you haven't had the best day, you don't necessarily need to carry that into the next day. You can wipe it all clean, you can have a great new tomorrow, and it can be a beautiful day for you. Keep that in mind as you are going through your day, that even if things get you down, there's always a great big beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away. To end this episode, I'll just remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as follow along on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And feel free to email me, connect.musesrise@yahoo.com, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks.